Hello friends, welcome to my channel Sushant. Today we are at the next topic, that is a secret based on pawn endgame. There are some secret ideas. Let's go to the main position here. Position is white to play. The position looks very easy at first. Those who know the concept of passed pawn, for them it will be like, what is it all about? White should win very easily after a5. The king will be driven. See, after a5 what happens? Pawn takes, the opponent's king goes towards the pawn and our king simply comes and takes the pawn on the other side. We get 2 or 3 pawns at the cost of 1 and then our pawn promotes. So white wins, right? Of course, if that would have been the case, then there would be no secret, right? But the point is that often in games, the situations are like this, like the one here. It's not a typical classic case. White's pawn structure on the king side is bit shattered, and the black king, you can see after the move a5 will be still in the magic square of the pawn. So the problem here is that if white goes a5, then instead of winning the game, he ends up losing. See, because after b takes a5, black has the move f4. And what happens with f4? The point is that, see, there are two ideas. One, gf would undouble the pawns for white, but now see, after kd4, it is looking to grab the pawns in the similar fashion, but here comes the tactical move e3, forcing f takes e3, see, closing away the e3 square. Now f3, blocking the f3 square as well, gf3, and now see h4. Now we see that after ke4 h3, that was the reason of blocking these two squares, and the pawn sacrifice has led to win for black. Let's see if white goes kd4 directly. After f4, if white plays kd4 directly, then there is first f3, forcing g takes f3, otherwise fg2 was there, and now h4. G takes h4, and now see, whatever is done, let's say ke4, h3, ke3, h2, and the king is falling short. So there is no way for white to hold also. So what is the big deal secret that I am talking about? There are concepts which often outpower or outrule the calculation part, and that is what is very true in the endgames. What does the concept say? Concept says that in all endgames, king is the powerful force, king should be centralized, and the power of opposition is also very important. That helps us to gain space. We force the opponent's king away and then our king goes to the whichever side it wants. So here the right move as per the concept and calculation both way is kd4. This move is very important, and we will see because of this opposition, now we see that all the black's tactical ideas would fail. Black has some very interesting try here as well, and white can very well blunder in the subsequent play, as we will see. Now see, firstly f4 just allows king takes e4. So now this line is easily taken care of because fg, and next move will be a5, ba, as the king moves towards the pawn, white king will come and grab these both pawns. h4 can be met by g4. Even gh wins, but this is safer. Black has two tries here. One, h4. Point is that if white goes a5, then b takes a5, and black takes hg3, fg3, and immediately uses the move g4. See, white was threatening the move g4 himself when fg and e4 is lost and all the pawns would be lost. So black stops that and he gets a protected passed pawn on the square e4. We will note that after a6, kc6, the white pawn would be taken. Here white will lose the game as well. Best that white can do is just wait ke4, kc6 this way. But here too you will see that king b7, king a6 is there, and it is white who is suffering. Means once again after h4, white should first play gh, safeguard his position here, and now play a5. See, now it's game over. b takes a, and whatever is done, now there are no threats as such. h3 just allows gh3, f4 threatening f3 will be just met by ke4, then king f4, f3 is again met by kf3, h3 by gh3, king goes towards the a pawn, our king collects the f pawn and the f2 pawn queens, and white wins the game. So the case is not a very complex one. I am doing these lessons especially because soon I will start with some practical endgames from grandmaster play, where if these concepts are not clear, suddenly we will have difficulty grasping those cases. So I thought these cases are somewhat necessary before I go into those. Another try which black did in the game is, in fact, he went with the move g4. This is another very interesting try. What is the point? Let's see. a5, b takes a5, b takes a5 and kc6. See, purposely allowing the square e5 to the white king, and many would fall for the move ke5. See, looks what can go wrong. Next I am taking f5, then e4, black king has to go b5, white wins, right? But here that is the trap. See, now comes h4, and suddenly you see no time for king f4 because h3, gh, h pawn just queens, compelled to take the h pawn, and after gh comes see g3, again compelled to move the f pawn, fg or f3, both are met by e3, and suddenly the position which looked winning for white, see, has turned out losing for white. Black wins. So once again white should play carefully and he should go with the move ke3, not allowing any tactics based on the move e3. Now h4 does nothing, just g takes h4, h pawn would queen. Black played kb5, king f4, king takes a5, king f5, and black just tried the move h4. There is nothing here as well. White warded off the things very safely. He can take ke4 also because after h3, gh, king comes to f3 in the square of this pawn. See, gh would again lose to g3. This was the trap actually, but white had seen that he could just play kg4. He did this in the game, and the point is simple. After hg, simply the king takes on g3. Now e3 will be met by fe3, and after kb5, kf4, it's time to resign. In fact, black resigned after the move kg4, and white won the game. So we saw how the concept of opposition saved the day for white. White didn't fall into any unnecessary risky traps by black. So the rule is, we are supposed to, what is the secret rule? There are no secrets as such. The point is that the concepts should match with tactics, with calculation. That is what is very, very important during the end games. I hope you are finding these lessons useful and instructive. Do let me know in the comments below. Thanks for your time.